What's going on, everybody? Devorn Banks of America. This is the Not for the Bay podcast. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, and all other major streaming platforms. Also, be sure to follow us on our Twitter, Instagram, and on our Facebook pages. Second round of the playoffs, the divisional round, is the topic of discussion. Last week we had some very, very exciting games. Um, I can't wait. I can't wait to discuss this week's games because it's going to be even more exciting. Last week they had the first round buys between the Green Bay Packers and the Tennessee Titans. I'm excited to see the return of Derrick Henry for the Tennessee Titans. Also see how the Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers end up faring up against the San Francisco 49ers this week too as well. But other than that, man, like really, personally, I'm counting down the days. I'm counting out non-sports related. I'm counting down the days because of the fact that we are finally going to get season 4 of the Ozarks. For those of y'all that are not familiar with the Ozarks, that is a Netflix original TV series that is phenomenal. If you never heard of it, I highly recommend that you check that show out. But
wait, what show was that? What show you just said?
The Ozarks. You ain't never watched the Ozarks before?
You mean Ozark?
Yeah, the Ozark.
The one on Netflix?
Yes, that show.
Okay, yeah, Ozark, yeah. Oh yeah, that show's serious. Yeah.
Okay, so season 4 drops, I want to say tomorrow.
Not only that, Ozark, Snowfall, and the Power spinoff with Tommy is coming out all in February. It's gonna be a good February. The Super Bowl and everything ain't going nowhere. Staying in the house.
Right. So Ozarks comes out on January 21st. What do they call the Tommy spinoff?
Force. I think it's called Force.
Power Force.
Yeah, it's technically it's called Power Book 4 Force. I don't know, but I'm just waiting for that because I like Tommy. I think Tommy was the best character on Power in the original Power in my opinion.
What up, people?
That comes out February 6th. And I'm going to have to give you a little bit of pushback on that one because I think Ghost is probably the best character in Power.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it's like 1A, 1B because when Tommy first, he was just Ghost Lackey, and then Tommy became a monster and became his own man. So yeah.
Well, a lot of gangsters don't really think outside the box like Ghost, and I just like the way as he evolved. You know what I'm saying? As he evolved throughout the series of Power, like he was actually seeing his life outside of dealing drugs or being a criminal. He actually wanted to go legitimate with the clubs, pushing it to making it a franchise, and then moving.
Right, but he couldn't be trusted towards the end, though. That's the thing. He did a lot of shady shit, and I think Tommy, for the most part, stayed solid throughout the series. I like Tommy more. That's just me.
You think Ghost was shady, bro? You think Ghost was shady?
Tommy only knew one. Bro, only knew one life, though, bro.
Bro, the man called the cops on his baby mama. What you mean?
Because she was, I can't remember verbatim what exactly happened, but they was actually going back and forth about some stuff. But I felt like Tasha, she was literally trying to hold Ghost back as far as him trying to be something bigger than what he was.
True, but the thing about Tasha and Tommy, they were true to what they were. They were happy with themselves. Ghost wanted more, and that ended up killing them. Like that ended up hurting them. I mean, it's good that you want to change and do something different, but you don't have to be shady and phony to do that. And I think he did a lot of shady things towards the end. I mean, getting Tommy to kill his own dad, getting rid of Holly. He did a lot of stuff that was
he was a rat though.
But he had to do what he had to do.
That's true. That's true.
He had to do what he had to do. Like. And about the wife, bro, Tasha. I mean, it's not like we're talking about Power here, so I'm sorry. I was making me something to drink, and I'm really parched today. I don't know what it is. Tasha was just, excuse my language, but she was a hoe.
She was toxic too.
She was super toxic. She was not. Tasha is the example, and I'm probably gonna catch a lot of heat for this, but I don't give a damn. She's the example of what happens when a woman does not support her man. All Ghost wanted to do was change his life. He wanted to get out the drug game. Mm-hmm. What kind of woman tells her man you're just good for being a dope boy?
The biggest drug dealer in the goddamn
kind of
city.
Like, that's it. That makes no sense.
That's all she wanted him to be. That's all she wanted him to be, and that's what pushed him away from Tasha towards Angela.
Yeah. Right. Angela saw more than that. Angela saw the real him. It's one of those situations. The Tasha and Ghost situation is one of those situations that happen where you're fucking around with somebody, excuse my language, but you're messing around with somebody and you're dealing with each other. And unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, just things happen for a reason. Him and Angela stopped talking to each other because obviously their lives were on two different paths. So unfortunately, it ended up being where he had to meet somebody in the midst of that, but his heart was always with Angela and is always going to be with Angela. Mm-hmm. Whereas his heart was never with Tasha. She was just a convenience. So, but the fact that she was not supportive of his dreams, you know, the whole social media meme that's going around on social media that these women are sharing on social media saying, can you fall out of love with your man due to the lack of attention? Well, the reverse side of that is a man can fall out of love with a woman due to the lack of support.
Yep.
If you don't support your man and you don't believe that I can accomplish what I'm telling you or dream, whatever the case, then I'm not going to believe in you. So that's what happened with that relationship.
I agree 1,000% with that. Now, I'm sorry, G. Me and Banks don't agree on a lot of things, but I'm with him on this one. That's why I was one of the biggest Ghost fans towards the end of the series, especially how he was with Tariq. He was trying to do what's best for Tariq, everything for him.
Oh, Tariq is an asshole, man. I don't like his character.
But that came down to Tasha enabling him, making it okay for him to do certain things, and then turned around and was doing things behind Ghost's back with Tariq.
Now you don't. I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry, bro. I hate to cut you off. I'm so sorry, but you don't see the similarities in that either. You know how black women are more supportive of their sons than they are their men. Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. We got some black women out there that treat their sons better than they treat their man.
And not that you're not, and not that you're not supposed to treat your son well, but you got to also treat your man like he's supposed to be treated. So I agree with it. That I see that a lot in a lot of black women.
But I'll keep my mouth closed because I might start something.
So Banks, you ain't tell us who your favorite character was in the original Power.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with you on that one. I'm gonna have to go with Tommy, man. Not Tommy, but a Ghost. Ghost is the man. Come on, bro. Tommy's my 1A though. Tommy's my 1A.
That's what I'm saying. It's 1A and 1B in my opinion. For me, I love Tommy's growth because when the show first started, he was just basically growth lackey. He had growth.
I don't think he had growth.
You gotta go back and watch it. Listen. By season 3, Tommy became his own man and became a monster. He didn't need Ghost anymore. He was already established.
He was still begging for Ghost's help. He was trying to prevent him from leaving the game.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Not in season 3. Season 1 and 2, yes, but season 3, he didn't give a fuck about Ghost. In season 3 and on, Tommy became his own man. So because of that, I like his growth. And he's the most honest person on that show. Everybody be lying. Tommy keep it real. Doesn't matter. That's why I like him so much, because he kept it real no matter what.
I'm sorry, G. He ain't grow throughout the whole series. He was so dependent. He was so dependent on Ghost throughout the whole series. He was no, we're not leaving the game. You're not leaving the game.
Season 1 and 2.
He did that the whole series. Even their last meeting. Even their last meeting before Ghost died, he was like, Tommy, you gotta let me go. You gotta let me go. Does that sound like somebody that grew to you?
Tommy wanted to kill him, not keep him in the game.
No, he wanted to keep him in the game.
He wanted to kill him.
How you gonna kill his best friend?
He wanted to hurt him because Ghost did so much things to Tommy, and now it's he had to do what he had to do. But Tommy, in my opinion, Tommy was the most realist person.
Ghost
on
had
the
a
show.
lot of love
he was
for
honest.
Tommy. He had a lot of genuine love for Tommy. It's one of those situations where sometimes you don't do the best job expressing your love towards somebody, and unfortunately, in the process of that, you hurt them. It's not nothing done intentionally. Like, I don't think any of Ghost's actions towards Tommy was intentional. It was strictly out of the confines of, I want to look out for my brother and make sure that not only I got to look out for myself, but I got to look out for this maniac because he's crazy. So,
and you know what? At the end, Ghost did come through. I mean, he got his car fixed and everything.
Yeah,
So
he
Ghost
looked out for him.
Yeah, he looked out for him.
Because he know Tommy. There's no Ghost without Tommy. Ghost doesn't have none of that shit he has without Tommy.
Right.
So
that's facts. That's facts. Now, I know we kind of like went to a whole different universe as far as the beginning of this pod is concerned, but I did want to go ahead and dabble into the Facebook post you had earlier, Banks, about 5 hours ago about the I Am Athlete podcast about Shady LaShawn McCoy.
Oh yeah,
coming out and saying nice. he was better than Frank Gore, Adrian James, Clinton Portis, and who was the other back?
Yeah, but it's all those guys didn't come out in the same draft, right? Like they weren't, like they're in different times, weren't they? Like I don't.
Yeah,
like,
they were all different.
Backs,
they were all different.
Who was the running backs around the time when LaShawn McCoy was out? I can't remember. I guess Adrian Peterson.
So you have right now. Adrian Peterson, Chris Johnson,
right? Yeah.
I think Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson was in the league for a little while.
Ronnie Brown.
No. Ronnie Brown was in there since 2005. LaShawn didn't come until probably like 2009, 2010. So, but he was just giving his opinion, which I respect 1000%. I'm going to paraphrase this as much as I possibly can. Is due to the supporting cast and the system that some of these other guys had to play in inflated their numbers, where in his particular situation he felt like he didn't have the supporting cast. And I'm gonna be 100,
which was kind of capped though.
It was because I'm gonna tell you I'm agree with Banks about this as far as that being capped, because you had a Deshaun Jackson, you had a Jeremy Maclin, and you had
the offensive line.
Yeah, the offensive line.
Zach Ertz.
Yep. So I can't give LaShawn McCoy
and
that.
Andy Reid. And
Brent Selleck back then, and Andy Reid.
It was Brent Selleck back then. It wasn't Zach Ertz.
Right.
But I can't give LaShawn McCoy that.
For that time. My bad.
No. Zach Ertz was way after.
Nevertheless, though, he had a good squad, right? That was
he did have a good squad, and the defense was pretty decent as well.
Defense was not that good, but
it was decent.
It wasn't good. It was not good. We talk about
that was the wide nine era, right? Yeah.
No, this was the dream team era. This is what we talking about.
Nnamdi Asomugha.
This is around that time. Yes. This the Nnamdi Asomugha, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie.
Was it Nnamdi and Asante Samuel?
No, Nnamdi was a weak link in the secondary back then. He was a weak link, but yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give Shady. I'm gonna give Shady the nod over Clinton Portis, but Adrian James and Frank Gore, I can't give it to him. I can't give it to him.
That's big cap, bro.
No, he's not. No, I did not. But he definitely, in my opinion, better than Clinton Portis and Willis McGahee. In my opinion,
I would agree with that.
Okay, that was it was Melissa McGahee. That was the other running back. That's right. So,
what's up, Q?
What's going on, man? Well, mic sound real low. I don't know why I'm on my iPad, not my computer.
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
I was having the same problem too. I had to put in my headphones.
So we all in agreement that it's just.
No, we're not. We're not because.
Well, we're not. I mean, because Quinte. Yeah. So you definitely know Quinte is pro Miami. So.
Well, no. I mean, in the back in the chats, Q explained his position. But go ahead and say what you got to say about that situation. We're talking about LaShawn McCoy being better than the guys from UM. Q?
I don't think you heard.
I think Quinte having some technical difficulties over there.
Okay.
So I guess in the meantime, Banks, what was the other thing that you saw in the podcast that you? Oh yeah, that's something about Antonio Brown. Would you like to give us a backstory on that?
I mean, to be honest, man, everything that LaShawn McCoy said about Antonio Brown, in my opinion, is 100% fact. I still think that, like LaShawn McCoy said, Antonio Brown feels like he's still the man, and a team can run through him, and that's just what's up, Sunset? That's just cap, bro. That's just not what it is no more. I do, like I said it from the beginning. I feel like a lot of that issue that happened was all due to the fact that Antonio Brown felt he wanted the ball, and he has to understand that he put himself in that predicament. Nobody else. All the antics that he did during the season, even with the injury, which you can't control. I mean, injuries happen. You can't control that.
Right.
But also due to the fact of with the COVID, with the fake COVID card. Like, come on, bro. Like, and then even then, people were saying that wasn't his fault. Like, well, that's not his fault. That fake COVID card is not his fault, and yada yada yada. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Like, you should know better than that. So, but I do agree with him. I never said that Bruce Arians was right about his actions. I never said that, and I was going back and forth with a lot of people on social media on it because I guess people felt like I was on the side of, as they would say, the white man, as they were using those figure of speech. Which it wasn't a situation of me being on the side of white man. It was all due to the fact of me being on the side of what I thought was right. And like I said, my opinion a lot of time isn't always the most favorable opinion, but I try to be as honest about a situation as I possibly can on every scenario. In my opinion, Antonio Brown was dead wrong for his actions. His actions is what he's wrong for.
Not how he feels. Right.
How he feels is, okay, that's valid. If he feels he's been disrespected as a man, I mean, we're all men here, right? We're adults. If you feel that I said something that disrespected you, then I would hope, that we're all good enough. You would say, hey, you know what, D, you could have took it a little easy here, or I don't appreciate what you said. We're men, we're adults at the end of the day. So we have to all respect each other as such. And that trickles over to business as well. You have to, that's what the situation is. So if Bruce Arians did talk to him with a tone that was aggressive that he didn't appreciate, he could have easily said, you know what? I'm not going to the game today, and could have just left it at that. He didn't have to do all the extra stuff. That's what people don't understand. It's the extra antics that upset people like myself. That's what had me mad. His actions, and he just feels like he can continue to do these things, and there's no consequence. So
I just want to say something. I just want to say before anyone else goes, as a black man, a black celebrity, or a black man with money, you have to be almost near perfect, because if you do anything to go against the norm, they will destroy your name and destroy your career and blackball you from whatever profession that you're in. So if you don't like something, you don't handle that by throwing your jersey and your helmet. Like, that's just childish. Like, I didn't like that at all.
Quick. I'm happy that you said that. I just want to add something to what your point was. Can you just imagine if LeBron James responded to everything that he heard about himself? The most criticized athlete in the world, easily.
Yeah.
Can you just imagine if LeBron went on a rant like that and just went? Just imagine.
And sometimes he has every right to, but he still doesn't. He doesn't handle himself that way because you got to be professional. You have to be cool.
Right. You understand? It affects the bottom line.
Yeah.
I hear you. I most definitely hear you. But it was also interesting the way LaShawn McCoy was stating in the pod about Byron Leftwich, the current offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers, would go in the meeting and be like, "Does anybody have any incentives they would like to fulfill?" And he elaborated on the fact that Antonio Brown kind of felt like betrayed, that he wasn't going to be able to hit his incentives the way they was treating him in that New York Jets game. So it does give you a little bit of light as far as understanding why Antonio Brown did what he did. But at the same time, a lot of us would have handled it a whole lot differently.
Definitely would have handled it differently, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, you just know better not to do certain things. And you just went against the grain on that, bro. Like, you don't do that, bro. Like, I would be upset if you guys did that. Like, I know that we all came together. Well, DeVore and I started it together with the whole Not for Debate podcast. And what's up, Kevin Stefanski? Thank you very much. How you doing? But I know that we came together. DeVore and I came together, and we formulated this pod in which we have extended our services to, you guys as well as other people in the past who were on the show and are no longer with us and stuff like that. But you know, we don't hold any grudges towards anybody who doesn't appear on the show anymore, or even if they don't appear, like, or don't show up on the show anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a certain level of professionalism that you have to carry. Like, even a situation that you kind of got into with that other YouTube guy who shall remain nameless. You know, it was about respect. If somebody owes you something, you give me what you owe. You shouldn't have to, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I shouldn't have to get gangster with you to get what I'm entitled to, or whatever the case may be. It shouldn't have to come to that, bro. Everybody has to remain a certain level of professionalism to them. Now, I do stand on respect, though. I'm big on respect because I show the hell out when it's time. When I feel disrespected, I show the hell out because I'm big on respect. If you're going to disrespect me, I'm going to disrespect the hell out of you. That's just what it is. But I go about it in the right way. I'm not going to affect my business. I'm not going to do anything that's going to be detrimental to the pod. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm not going to do that. I know how to handle shit off the scenes, like behind the scenes. You know what I mean? I'm a grown man. I can say what I feel like I want to say, but respectfully. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right, yeah.
So that's all Antonio Brown could have did, bro. But just handle yourself in a professional manner, bro. On the cameras. Now, off the cameras.
Shit, you want to scream at somebody? You want to do what you got to do.
Yeah, you do what you got to do. You know what I mean? You know, the camera's always watching, bro.
I agree with you 1000%. I also wanted to touch on a topic that was actually on the Not for Debate podcast wall, and it was the conversation. Banks, I think you covered this one. It was the conversation about TJ Watt possibly being in the NFL MVP conversation. So
not I forgot the guy NFL MVP.
It was Chris Moran, a friend from high school. Shout out to Chris Moran.
Yeah, Chris. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that guy is.
His restaurant got good pizza, so shout out to Gentleman Jim's.
All right, big shout out to Gentleman Jim's out in where? Was that in PA?
This is I want to say Flower Hill, Maryland. Excuse me, Flower Hill, Maryland.
Oh, okay. So shout out to, what was the name again?
Gentleman Jim's.
Gentleman Jim's in Maryland.
Yes,
good pizza from what I'm hearing from what Divorce said. Maybe if I'm
pizza's fire, bro. I traveled 20 minutes to get the pizza, man. It's fire.
I don't trust your judgment, man, because you still eat Wingstop.
What you mean I still eat Wingstop?
Why you still eat Wingstop? That shit is nasty, man.
Bro, it's a black-owned business. It's a black-owned business.
I don't care. This is nasty, man.
You don't care. Well, yo, I don't know what kind of Wingstop you got, but that's Wingstop is fire, bro.
No, it's not, man. Wingstop is trash, man. Come on.
This guy was still eating Wingstop wings. Even after there was announced a national wing shortage, Divorce like, I'm going to get me some Wingstop. I'm like, where the hell are you getting wings from?
They ain't going to stop me.
They catch it.
He had like Wingstop a week straight once. He was just ordering Wingstop. I was like, no, you going to get tired of eating chicken?
I had a gift card.
Oh, you had a gift card. It was goddamn, bro.
Okay.
That's an American Express black card then, boy. You premium membership. But shout out to Chris Moran, man. We appreciate your support, man. But yeah, he did pose a really good question about TJ Watt being an NFL MVP. To answer the question shortly, bro, that ain't happening. Ain't no defensive player winning no MVP. Yeah, that ain't happening. Unfortunately,
it should happen someday. It should happen again. The only player to ever do it was Lawrence Taylor, but it's not gonna happen. I don't.
Well, he never won. He never won MVP.
No, I think he did. Let me see. Let me make sure.
Yeah,
you don't think so?
You're our stat guy, so you just look at that and just double check for us. But I don't think Lawrence Taylor ever won an NFL MVP. And if any defender did deserve to win NFL MVP, y'all already know.
He did. NFL 1986 MVP? NFL most valuable player, 1986.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
He's the only defensive player to ever win one. Yeah.
I never knew that. I swear to God, I never knew that. I know a lot about football. Damn. That's what's up, LT.
He's the only player.
So how come Aaron Donald has never won one? That's crazy.
I mean, come on.
JJ Watt was close to winning one, wasn't he?
I think he was, yeah.
Lawrence Taylor won NFL MVP. That's crazy.
He won defensive player of the year twice, 3 times, huh?
Is that the year he broke the sack record? That probably was the year he broke the sack record.
I think that was also the year they actually made the sack an actual statistic.
Well, then also you got to think about it like this too. Look at the era he were playing in too, though. Like that was the glory era of defense. So you people loved defensive running, smash mouth football and bloody hit.
Right.
That's interesting. Now that I think back about it, for him to have 22 and a half sacks. Well, excuse me, that's TJ Watt. Now, how many sacks has Lawrence Taylor ever had in the season?
I'm looking that up. Give me 1 second. But yeah, I'm surprised he's the only NFL defensive player to ever win MVP. Like you had Deion Sanders, you had Charles Woodson was pretty good on defense. You had Ray Lewis, all these great defensive players, and he's the only guy to win the MVP.
I'm sorry,
on defense.
There's only like a handful of players that can make a defensive impact like that on the field, and that's Lawrence Taylor, JJ
Ray
Watt.
Lewis was
No,
okay.
Lawrence Taylor, JJ Watt, and Aaron Donald. Those are the only 3 players on the top of my head that can make an impact like that on the field.
In NFL history, there's no other defensive player that come to mind.
No, because the football has to go.
By the way,
through the defensive front.
Right.
So if they're disrupting,
By the way,
defensive front is disrupting, we got an issue, a big problem, and that's why I give. Unfortunately, he's a Ram. I have to give Aaron Donald so much credit because he definitely deserves the MVP in that game versus the Arizona Cardinals because he set the tone. Like he's bringing pressure up the middle. If you provided pressure up the middle, the quarterback is done.
True.
So that
by the way, in '86, and they go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. What was you gonna say about '86?
No, in '86, that's when he won MVP and he won Defensive Player of the Year. He got 20 and a half sacks.
20 and a half sacks. So Michael Strahan has the record with 22 and a half, and TJ Watt just tied it with 22 and a half. So look, I'm all for defensive players getting
20
MVP.
sacks. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. But the thing is, though, the reason why I can't give TJ Watt the nod for that is because we played an extra game. So you wouldn't have got the 22 and a half with a 16-game schedule.
You don't think
so?
Made it, no?
I got to take points off of that. Like it's kind of like the same thing Jerry Rice said. Jerry Rice felt about somebody that broke his record, the yards record. Who broke the yards record? Was it Antonio Brown? It was either Antonio Brown or Julio Jones, one of the two. No, Calvin. It was Calvin. Calvin broke the yards record.
Calvin Johnson, right?
Yeah, he broke the yards record. And in Jerry's defense, they played 14 games and not a 16-game season. And also, when you think about it, back then in the 90s, it wasn't a passing league as what it is right now. Like you was looking at quarterbacks throwing for what 25, 3,000 yards a season. Nowadays, you're seeing quarterbacks throw for 45, 5,000 yards, and that's about to be the norm. Like that's like taboo. Like when Drew Brees did that on a consistent basis, everybody was like, wow.
Yeah,
wow. Now guys are getting closer
and
closer to that number every single year. And it's the NFL is just becoming a passing league. And I do kind of want to blame the NFL because of the fact that the lack of defense, but that's definitely a conversation for a different day. But Banks,
man. I'm sorry, man.
I wanted to get your take on the Dallas Cowboys final play of the game Sunday evening.
Hello? You haven't touched.
Y'all hear me?
Oh, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, my phone's been anyway.
Yeah,
it's about the Dak scramble.
And Sunset's in the chat right now, so I definitely got to hear this because I'm gonna give you the pushback. We can hear you. The suspense is killing me.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now, yeah.
We can hear you, yes.
I don't know. Can y'all hear me good?
You sound a little robotic.
All right, give me a second. Let me refresh.
Okay. What was the robot's name from Blank Man G Money?
I don't know. What the fuck is Blank Man? I never watched that.
You never seen Blank Man?
Nah.
That's with Damon Wayans.
Oh, the superhero?
Yeah, Blank Man.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I forgot the robot's name.
What was the robot's name?
I forgot his name, but Banks sound like him. Yeah.
It was like was it T30, something I can't remember, but all I can hear in my head when Banks was saying that was no disassemble. But yeah, while we wait for Banks to come back though, I did want to go over that play again because I felt like when we talked about it on Monday about the play call.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been the right play call, but Dak should have slid. I want to say
To stop the clock.
No, he should have slid maybe 5, maybe 10 yards sooner for them to have more time for them to spike the ball.
Right, yeah.
And Sunset confirmed it's J5.
Thanks, Sunset. Appreciate that.
Yeah, his name was J5. So when we go back to the scramble, yeah. So 10, maybe 5 yards. If you would have slid and spiked the ball right after that, I think you would have enough time to proceed and do another play towards the end zone. That's my honest opinion. When I sit down and I rewatched it, I felt like if he would have slid 5 to 10 yards earlier, they would have been able to put themselves in a situation where they could have taken a shot towards the end zone after that play. Now, one thing that is
deflating too for them.
Yeah, it was because all they like Sunset said, the 2 plays before that, they were perfect plays because they had to go, I believe it was 85 yards down the field just to get into that position. And the 2 prior plays, they had some big chunk plays. They did everything right on those plays. They ended up getting out of bounds and they was making progression. Now, like I said, the biggest controversy right now, as far as the Dallas Cowboys are concerned, is the fact they have the nerve to feel like the refs are the reason why they lost the game. And I'm sorry, I disagree with that 1,000% because there were multiple opportunities for the Dallas Cowboys to win this game, and they just did not do it. For example, I believe it was a 3rd down run for the 49ers, and it was Randy Gregory who got called for holding. Now, on this holding play, he literally didn't even need to grab the dude because he was already out of the play, so he didn't even really need to do anything. He was already out of the play, and he decided to basically bear hug the guy to the ground. So that was unnecessary. But yes, for the reason I feel the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott in particular, he is not ready for the big stage. And I keep telling folks this, but they do not believe me. Folks like Banks that believe in Dak Prescott, but when the lights are bright, he shrinks. Only regret I have right now is Banks is not here right now.
Yeah, it would have been great to hear his response. But also, it's not just Dak with the Cowboys. It's the offensive play calling. Again, when you have 2 fairly decent running backs, why are you not giving them the ball? Again, they only ran the ball. I believe Zeke was 12, and then Ballard, was 4. They only ran the ball 16 times between the 2 of them. That's not gonna get it done. You can't have Dak throwing the ball 40, 50 times. No. Run the ball 15 to 30 times, split it between the 2 running backs, keep the ball out of Dak's hand, let him throw the ball 30 times a game, 30 to 35 times a game, and he'll be good. But when you got Dak throwing the ball 40 to 50 times a game, 35 to 50 times a game, that's usually a loss for the Cowboys. So, yeah.
Right. Well, here's what I think the thought process was as far as the Dallas Cowboys in the game plan.
Make him a hero.
No, it was more like, all right, we're looking at this San Francisco 49ers front 4. We're definitely going to have some issues running the football. We don't like the matchup up front. We're going to take our chances with Amari Cooper, Cedric Wilson, and CeeDee Lamb and try to beat these corners over the top somewhere. That's
Can
what
y'all hear
I
me?
think the thought process was. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Can
we
you
can
hear
hear
us?
you.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
my girl called, man. You know how it is.
Yeah. So that's what I think the thought process was. They felt like they had a mismatch in the San Francisco 49ers secondary. And as you saw, they couldn't dominate anywhere, any position on the field. I believe going into the second quarter, they only had 7 yards of total offense. So my issue, because that's just unacceptable for a quarterback to have less than 7 yards. This is where I'm going to pass this over to Banks. Is that what you want out of a $200 million quarterback?
Hell no.
Is that a question or a statement?
Yeah, it was a
That was
question.
a question.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what the? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Is that a question? So what are you asking me, man? Like, what are you asking me? What are you asking me right now? Because what do you want
Why
me
don't
to
you
say?
start from the beginning? Why don't you start from the beginning, DeVore, with the whole with Zeke? I'm not Zeke, but Dak.
Nah. He don't. Because I want DeVore to
Go
be
ahead.
direct with what he's saying. Because I already know what he's saying, but I want him to say what he's saying. What are you asking me?
What I'm asking you is part one of the question. For you to go into the second quarter and have 7 yards of total offense, is that acceptable for a $200 million quarterback?
No, that's never acceptable. That's not acceptable for any quarterback. You can
Okay.
make $50,000 a year.
Okay,
That's not acceptable for anybody.
well, the pressure is definitely on because of the fact that you make a $200 million and you put on a pee-wee football performance in the first half.
Oh, okay.
So disrespectful.
So what you're saying is because Dak only has 7 yards passing in the first half, that's his
Wait a minute,
fault.
you're giving him too much credit. I don't even think he had 7 yards of passing in the first half.
No. I'm getting what you're saying because I'm going somewhere. I'm just asking you because I'm going to go somewhere with this before we get into our picks. You're saying that you're pretty much saying Dak is responsible for them losing, then, right? Is that what you're saying?
I give him about 8%.
I would say 50-50, but go ahead.
Just do me a favor. Do me a favor. Can anybody tell me how many rushing yards did Ezekiel Elliott have at halftime?
Hey, listen, that's my other point. They didn't run the ball.
That's just a question. That's just a question.
Okay, I can't. He probably had what? You said rushing yards or rushing attempts?
Right. It was rushing yards, because he only ended the game with 12 rushing attempts the whole game. He had 9 carries up until halftime. 9.
So that means he only got the ball 3 times in the second half?
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? Do you see where I'm going with this? See where I'm going with this? So it's fair. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and go in here and cap and make it seem like Dak Prescott was just phenomenal because he wasn't. He wasn't phenomenal. But if I had to be completely honest about what I saw from my own 2 eyes, I saw Dak as the only person that showed up to play that wanted to play that game on Saturday. That's the only guy. What was it, Saturday or Sunday? Sunday. I'm sorry.
Sunday.
That was that only came to play on Sunday. Ezekiel Elliott needs to get whatever it is out of his ass because he is stuck in quicksand. I don't know what it is. Since he's gotten that money, he has not played up to the performance of his contract or to all that money he's got. Now, on the flip
also
side,
not getting the ball either. He's not getting this offensive play calling. It's not just him.
So G, let me ask you this question, right? We'll put this in a scenario. I'm the offensive coordinator. Actually, you know what? Flip it. DeVore is the offensive coordinator. I'm the quarterback. You're the running back. We get a call from upstairs from DeVore saying, you know what? I need to get this running game started early. So, Banks, I know how you're feeling. You're feeling like you can carry this game and win us this game. I know you feel like you can win it with your arm. But what I need to do is I need to set the tone early because you're going against one of the most aggressive defenses in the NFL. Even though the 49ers don't blitz as often as they blitz, they generate pressure without having to blitz. So not only did Dak have that against his back, just keeping it real, the 49ers defense has probably been the best defense over the last 3 weeks than anybody in the NFL. They have been playing ridiculously good. When you go back and you look at the last couple of games, we went against the Cardinals, they went against the Rams, they went against the Cowboys. Pay attention to how good that defense was playing. I knew they were going to beat Dallas because their defense is clicking. They're wrecking havoc up there. So
Right.
back to the point. DeVore calls a running play. I hand the ball off to you. You get 2 yards. Okay, fool, no problem. He calls another running play. Yeah, this ain't like Greg. Greg is normally he's a 2,000-yard rusher. He can catch the ball in the backfield. He can do all these things. He's just this guy that we paid all this money to. Aren't you going to keep demanding the ball more?
So you blaming this on Zach?
I'm
Zeke?
blaming it on everybody. I'm blaming Dak. I'm blaming Zeke. I'm blaming the offensive coordinator. I'm blaming all of them guys. I'm blaming the defense because they all played like shit. Everybody played like shit. Now, if I had to be honest with you, like I said, the only person that seemed to be prepared and was ready to play, let me not say prepared, that seemed to be ready to play was Dak Prescott. In the second half, he played a very good football game.
Whoa. Time out. Whoa. Let me stop you right there. Because you talk about the second half. Do you know what happened in the second half for Dak to play the way that he played?
What happened?
We are aware of circumstances. It's a football game, right?
Yeah, we are aware. But what you losing Nick Bosa and you lost Fred Warner made a big difference in the second half of that game. It's not. I'm just saying if they were healthy, he would have put up a big old goose egg if Nick Bosa was.
You think so? You think so?
Hell yeah, they kept him in the wraps the whole game until he got hurt, and then they started scoring.
You see, G, this is why you always got to pay attention to the conversation. Now you see how DeVore just technically he really talked himself into a loop. So basically, what you're saying is you're pretty much confirming that the San Francisco 49ers defense is much to get credit than it is anything else. San Fran's defense just came to play.
No, that's not what I'm saying. My point is, you making $200 million as a quarterback. You need to figure out how a way to win. Yes or no, G?
So Peyton Manning's played. He's probably paid that amount of money. He's struggled.
You said Peyton Manning, right? You said Peyton Manning,
but Peyton Manning also. But Peyton Manning also won too.
Yeah, Peyton Manning won. We talking about Dak Prescott, who has one playoff win in his whole career as the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. And if we're keeping track, they are the third seed. The San Francisco 49ers were the 6th seed, and you couldn't take care of that team.
Yeah, but you want to put it down. Yeah, but how many more playoff wins does he have than Tony Romo?
None. They're even right now.
Did Tony Romo win in the playoffs?
Yeah, he beat the Eagles.
He did. Okay.
When did he beat the Eagles? What are you talking about? That never happened.
When McNabb had that fumbling problem, he was running with the ball with one hand. And remember, DeMarcus Ware swiped him.
Oh yeah, 24-7. Yeah, you're right. I remember.
So circumstances happen then. All I'm saying is this: me personally, I'm not going to put it all on Dak Prescott. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Dak Prescott went out there and played a lights out game. All I said is they collectively as a team, Dallas played like shit. But if in my honest opinion, Dak Prescott seemed to be the only person ready to play that game. Another thing, where was Trayvon Diggs, Mr. All Pro? What was Trayvon Diggs? Where was Mekhi Parsons? Where was DeMarcus Lawrence? Where was Vander Esch? It goes across the board, bro.
It goes across the board.
You have to prepare your team and do better in the playoffs. This is not a week-to-week thing in the playoffs. If you don't prepare your best game plan, your best scheme, you are going to lose, and it's one and done. And Dallas, unfortunately, did not develop the best game plan. I can promise you, though. They were depending heavily on Ezekiel Elliott, and he didn't deliver.
I don't agree with that.
Hence the report. That came out recently.
Yeah, but he can't.
About the injury with his knee or wherever it was. Come on, now.
But you can't deliver if you only get the ball 12 times. So again, that has something to do with the offense.
Why would I continue to give a running back the ball when he's not getting any yards? It's not a productive to my offense. I got to figure something out now. I can see. Okay, for instance, the Los Angeles Rams game against the Arizona Cardinals. Do you see what happened that very first carry for Sony Michel? What happened? He went for 36 yards.
36 yards, yeah.
Okay, then. Yeah. So what did the Rams do throughout the rest of the game? Oh, shit. We just figured it out. We can actually run this damn ball. Let's run. Sony Michel had 17, 18 carries. So did Cam Akers. There you go.
G.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you rather run the football or pass the ball?
I can't hear you, DeVore.
I said, would you rather run the football or pass the ball?
I'd rather have a good balance, but I'd rather run more. With a quarterback like Dak, I'd rather run the ball more than pass it. Because again,
that's all.
When he throws the ball over 35 times, usually the Cowboys don't win.
That should be a problem for a $200 million quarterback. His job is to get you over the hump and get the job done. No excuses.
What does his contract have to do with the way that he plays? His contract has nothing to do with it. If anything, he's played because if you're just going to base his contract on his playoff performance, what he did in the playoff, that's you don't.
That's not true. I disagree with that.
You occupy 60% of the damn salary cap. You better get it done.
Exactly. Yeah, you get paid that much, get it done.
But listen, is that a Dak Prescott issue that he occupies 60%?
He was missing passes too.
Guess what? He's in the most profitable quarterback market in the NFL. He's in the most profitable. He's in the best time to be an NFL quarterback. He got paid according to what the threshold was for his performance. Dak Prescott was performing very well, hence the reason why he got that deal. And Dallas thought that they cannot find anybody better than Dak Prescott. So they paid him what he deserved. If you look at Dak Prescott's number on the year, he played fantastic, bro. If it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers
against trash teams. Against trash teams.
It don't matter.
It does matter because every time he gets in the playoffs, he does nothing.
Xavier Howard led the league in interceptions last season. Trayvon Diggs led the league in interceptions this year, all against trash teams and quarterbacks. But you guys still got up on here every week and say how much better they were than Johnny Ramsey. You guys say it every week.
You're comparing apples and oranges here.
Oh my God!
The quarterbacks is a totally different conversation. We talk about Dak Prescott, $200 million. Jerry Jones was hesitant to give it to him because he knew exactly what was going to happen. You was going to come into the playoffs and you was going to fold. That's what he knew.
It's exactly what happened. Yeah,
that's exactly what he knew. That's why he took so long to pay him because he knew Dak has limitations. If the running game going, the Cowboys suck.
So why haven't nobody said anything about guys like Phillip Rivers did? He sucked in the playoffs sometimes. He didn't always get the job done. He lost big games.
Yes, he lost big games, but he also won big games. Dak is the most overhyped quarterback I've ever seen in my life. We sit here and we have this conversation every single week about the opponents that Dak Prescott has sat down and he playing in I said this before, playing in the NFC East. If you've only been to the
playoffs what about Dak's
performance
against Tampa? What about Dak's performance against Tampa at the beginning of the season?
That was a good performance. We actually all agreed that was a good performance.
Yeah, that was a good perforence.
He played lights out. He played lights out.
Yeah, but inconsistencies here. You can't play good one game and play like trash another game. I need you to be good.
He probably had a string of 3 games after an injury, by the way, just FYI, after an injury. Just throwing it out there. He had 3 games where he played like crap after an injury.
I think saying that he's the most overhyped quarterback.
That's false, bro. That's just the board.
G. He is the most overhyped quarterback. Shit. They play nothing but sub 500 teams in the regular season, and when it's time for the Dallas Cowboys to play up to the competition, what do?
They fold.
But notice you said this. You said the Dallas Cowboys.
But the Cowboys been doing that since Tony Romo.
Since forever, bro. Come on,
that's not true. That's not true. No,
that is true. They got the same amount of wins in the playoffs. When
was the last time the NFC East has been competitive?
The last few years have not been good, but the NFC East overall has been
okay. How about this? Since you said the last few years? Okay, how about this? Since Carson Wentz's injury, the NFC East has not been competitive.
That's not true.
It's very true. The NFC East has basically been run by the Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, but you barely win the division. Why is that?
Well, we know the whys to that, though. We've already went over that in past episodes. See, what the thing is, it sounds like you're just putting this all on Dak but you're not pointing the finger at other
What you mean
areas.
I put it on Dak? When Zeke got suspended, what happened? You didn't win. You didn't go to the playoffs. So
guess what? So you know who else? You know who else played? You know who else played like shit this year, and they worked a whole lot of money too? That they didn't deserve, that Derrick Henry deserved? Ryan fucking Tannehill.
Who got the number one seed in the AFC? That point is not valid.
See now again, now you're flipping coins.
I'm not flipping coin. He was gone since week 7. It is now the divisional round. You cannot sit here and say that.
What did Dak Prescott do without Ezekiel Elliott? He balled out through the season. He played very well.
No, he did.
Ryan Tannehill did not play well.
Ryan Tannehill, he played decent enough. He didn't play well. He didn't play well at all.
He played like shit. It was right. He had more interceptions in the game than damn near completions at one point. Like, come on, bro. I don't get it. But hey.
Last time I checked, Amari Cooper was still there too. By the way.
I mean, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, we throw into practice squad players with Key Westbrook and I don't even know who the rest of the receivers are on the roster for the Tennessee Titans.
But guess what, though? Dak Prescott threw a touchdown pass to Amari Cooper, didn't he? A beautiful throw. That was a beautiful throw.
It was a beautiful throw.
Amari Cooper.
But it was a beautiful throw. I'm not sitting here and denying that.
He did. Let me tell you what else he did, because I know you're going to say something. Do you remember last year, Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the goal line, like a 5 or 10 yard line, when he was afraid to run the ball in the end zone?
Yeah,
you know who wasn't afraid to run the ball?
He was wide open. He was wide open.
Dak Prescott wasn't scared to run the ball in the end zone. He ran that bitch right in the end zone.
You're right. You know what else? Dak Prescott ain't scared to go home and not even make it to the conference championship.
That's true. You got me there. See? I
take that back. Argument. Tony Romo got 2 playoff wins.
Oh, congrats, Tony Romo. Congrats, Tony Romo. Congrats. Oh, he's just the best Dallas Cowboy quarterback ever. He's just so good.
Yes,
good job,
Romo. He got 2 playoff wins. So get on this level, Dak Prescott. But
Tony Romo is more known for Jessica Simpson than this Tony Romo. He don't even know who himself
Tony Romo's a better quarterback.
You crazy? You out your mind. You know who's a better head coach? Zach Taylor. You see how you want to spend a lot of time.
I knew you was going to say that. I knew you was going to say that.
But in our private chat, how many times was I calling for DeVore's name and he didn't respond?
He did.
But when it comes to that, he want to talk about that. He want to talk about
Hey, we can talk about Zach. Hey, congratulations to the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm rooting for the Cincinnati Bengals. Zach Taylor, okay. You get the nod. You got a playoff win over Marvin Lewis. Big freaking whoop. Excuse my language.
Hey, G, he don't like that. You see, he mad. He mad at that. He don't like that. You need to rephrase that. The best coach in Cincinnati Bengals history. History. Okay. He's already better than Marvin Lewis. He's already better.
Already.
No, he ain't.
Marvin Lewis won nothing in the playoffs. 0-7. Zach Taylor went to his first playoff game and won. 1-0. So stop. We go back and forth all day.
Yo, we almost at the hour mark. We didn't even get to our picks yet. That's crazy.
Okay, so we got to go ahead and move on to these picks. What's the first game?
We only got 2 games here. The first one is Bengals at Titans. The Titans are a 3.5 point favorite, and the over/under is 47.
I'm gonna make my pick very quickly here. Give me the Tennessee Titans to cover.
Yeah, I agree.
You're taking the Tennessee Titans to cover, so you think they're gonna win the game?
I saw that. Listen, didn't I tell y'all the Tennessee Titans were gonna be in the Super Bowl? They should be in the Super Bowl at the end of the season. I said that before the season, right?
Kansas City going to Super Bowl, in my opinion, but Tennessee.
Don't worry. The letdown is coming, bro. Just how you know how DeBoer said with Dak Prescott. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. But yeah, give me the Titans. Give me the Titans to cover this. I like the Titans. I don't think that the Bengals are going to be able to contain. I saw some issues in that Raiders game. The Raiders were able to move that ball like crazy against.
They were, yeah.
And they just couldn't figure it out. I told you the Bengals defense is a problem. So give me Tennessee. I'm laying it with Tennessee.
All right, I'm going with Tennessee too as well.
I also like the over on this too.
I don't. Definitely. I'm taking the under.
You don't like the over?
Nope. Derrick Henry's not gonna make it that kind of game.
Is he healthy? Is he playing?
He's playing.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
playing.
so I'll take the under.
Yeah, I'm taking the under. Derrick Henry's not gonna make it that kind of game. You in Tennessee, so they're gonna obviously they're gonna try to keep the ball on the ground. So there ain't gonna be no throwing the ball up and down the field for Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals if they can't stop the run. So,
Question for you, real quick, before we move to the next pick. Just a quick question: if Zach Taylor wins this game, never mind. We'll get there.
Is Zach Taylor wins this game? What?
We'll get there.
Look,
we'll talk about it.
Look, I love Marvin Lewis, but at the end of the day, I love the team. I don't fall in love with players and coaches like some people.
What you mean? Like Adam Gase? What? Oh, come on now.
I like the team, but I have my opinion.
Shout out Brandon Marshall for calling out Adam Gase for being a damn snitch.
Man, screw Brandon Marshall. How dare you disrespect my boys?
When it comes to Adam Gase.
You snitch, Adam Gase. We don't like you here. DeVore does, but I don't.
Yeah, we do.
Now we just playing Adam Gase. Fall through.
All right, so next game is the 49ers. Next game is the 49ers at the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are a 6-point favorite.
This game is scary for Green Bay. I don't
game
know.
of the week, man.
It's game of the week. This is where if the Packers are able to pull this off, I don't know if there's a team that can stop them after the 49ers. But I'm going with the upset. Give me the 49ers. Even though I want Aaron Rodgers to win, I want him to win and just get that out of his system because 2010 is a long time ago since he won. So I want the Packers to win, but I just think the 49ers have a defense that is too good. But is Bosa, is he out or is he playing?
Yeah, the thing is, we don't know. It's questionable for two of the best players on the team, with Fred Warner and Nick Bosa both being game time decisions. Technically, we don't even know if they're going to suit up or not. And I can tell you one thing: if they don't suit up, this game is not going to be close. It's going to be more than 6 here. But I'm going to go ahead and lay the points with Green Bay. I just think Green Bay is going to win this game. And again, this is, I want Green Bay to continue to just get through the playoffs. Just keep going. So. Just get through. Just keep going. Just keep going, Aaron Rodgers. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm money line the 49ers.
Not a bad pick because I think the 49ers could compete with them. They might. They listen. That ain't no whole team, man. That team is. They some savages out there, man. Every game they come out to Kodak Black.
That's
Super
true.
Gremlin. Yeah. They're confident with who they are and they play within their identity. If Green Bay can figure out a way to stop and contain Deebo Samuel, they're gonna have a chance to win because we already know Garoppolo ain't gonna be able to just carry the game with his arm. He's gonna find a way to turn the ball over like he always does. So yeah.
I am a little scared about this game because
me too.
I want to, like I said, I keep taking it back to that Cleveland Browns game on Christmas Day, and Nick Chubb had 17 carries for $126, and Dearness Johnson had 4 carries for 58 yards. And, San Francisco likes to run the footballs, and I feel like that's going to probably be a problem for Green Bay. That rush defense is suspect for me, but
you still think they have enough to beat the 49ers is what you're going at, right?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and take the under on this game.
Oh, just take the under? Yeah, I would take that. That's a smart bet.
I'm not gonna touch the points or anything. I'm gonna take the under.
Sunset thinks the Packers will cover. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Packers gonna cover. I think they're gonna cover.
I don't know. I'm scared. What we got next? This game, I feel, is going to be the game.
You mean to tell me you're scared with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback? I mean, anyway.
Hey, I have seen multiple times in the past that the Green Bay Packers defense folds, and unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers has to suffer for it.
Also, this is the third matchup in the playoffs for Aaron Rodgers against the 49ers. I don't think he wants to go 0-3, so he better win. He better.
Hey, man, good luck. I think they should cover, though.
Definitely. Like I said, I think this game right here is going to be the game of the week, in my honest opinion, between the Los Angeles Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are a 3-point favorite. I'm going to just make this joint short and sweet, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and take the Los Angeles Rams money line.
Oh Lord, you know what that means, Banks.
I mean, he's one of those so far with his Rams pick.
Oh, that's true.
He's
That's
one of
true.
those. I mean, because he was against us all season, which is why I say I just don't trust it, bro. I just don't trust him picking us at all. Because your Cardinals are at home. So, but yeah, I mean,
they're not my Cardinals. They were my NFC West pick.
No. Your Cardinals. Listen, before the season, let me tell y'all, this is a sidebar. I know we sidebar a lot, but this is a sidebar conversation.
Right.
When the season before the season started, we play Madden. We go through the rosters like we always do. We spend at least 2 or 3 hours just looking at rosters alone. And man, he's just raving about them damn Arizona Cardinals. Oh my God, look at the Cardinals and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, Banks, they gonna beat the NFC championship. This NFC West champions this year.
Hey, I ain't say nothing about no NFC West championship. I said AFC West champions. Now I'll admit, I mean the NFC West champions. Now I'll admit
I said that.
I was wrong. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean I'm taking the Cardinals in the playoffs. I'm just gonna take you to the water, which is the NFC West champion. After that, I don't care. I'm taking the Rams money line.
But no bullshit though. The Cardinals were just outnumbered that game, bro. Like they were outnumbered. They ran into some savages, and I think the Rams played more aggressive because we knew we had blood in the water. They were just being sharks. DeAndre Hopkins not being enough for Arizona was big. That was critical. It was very, very big. So
pick this game because you ended up like DeVore where you win either or. If the Rams win, you win. If the Buccaneers win, you like your boy Tom Brady, you win. So either or you gonna win. But I want to hear you pick.
Oh, I don't give a damn about Tom Brady, bro. Like when it comes to Rams and Buccaneers, I don't give a damn about Tom Brady. I'm going for my Rams.
I should have posted that one clip that's made its year anniversary today on Facebook.
What?
About what?
About Tom Brady?
About Tom Brady and Banks' love affair for him.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because the world knows my infatuation with Tom Brady, bro. Y'all don't act like y'all don't know that I love Tom Brady, bro. I love Tom Brady. He's the best quarterback to ever play the game. But anyway.
Well, fuck him this weekend, huh?
Yes. Screw Tom Brady this weekend. But no, I'm going with the Rams, man. I just feel like we match up very well against these guys. That's why we beat them the last 2 years. We beat them in the regular season, and we beat them in the year before that. With Jared Goff at quarterback. So this tells me a lot about my team. I think they're going to be very prepared. And it also doesn't help Tom Brady the fact that he has 2 of his best offensive linemen are out, most likely going to be out this game. There's still game time decisions as well, but it's not looking that good. I believe if Tom Brady would have had a little bit more weapons, we don't know what's happening with Leonard Fournette. We don't know what's happening. Well, we know Chris Godwin is out for the rest of the playoffs. He's not coming back. It's just a lot. But again, you can't count the man out, man. You can't count the GOAT out. If anybody can figure out a way to beat a team with just strict game plan. As LaShawn McCoy said in the interview on I Am Athlete, he's the greatest leader he's ever played with. He spoke very high about him, like a lot of players, a lot of athletes talk very high about Tom Brady. If anybody can figure it out, it's Tom Brady. But I'm going to go ahead and roll my Rams on this one. We got to win this game. We got to win.
Sorry, but that's exactly what's going to happen. I think the Buccaneers will figure it out. I think the safe bet would be to moneyline either team, to be honest with you, because 3 might be a little too close, but give me the Buccaneers money line, and I'll take the. Do I want to take the over on this? Do I think? Yeah. No. I mean, yeah. I'll take the over. I can see the over in this. I mean, 48.5. That's not much to. Come on, man. That's like 20,
the score was 38-11 last week against the Cardinals, so that was what 49. Yeah. So
Give it over.
Somebody got to score 30 though, for the most part, 20, 25 points.
So basically, me and Banks are in agreement that we're going with the Rams,
and I'm going with the Bucks.
That's going to be a good game. I ain't even going to lie to you.
One of these teams is beating the Tennessee Titans next week.
Okay, we'll see. 4th and final game of the weekend. We have the Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are a 2.5-point favorite.
Give me the Chiefs. Easy. Give me the Chiefs. I don't know if it's going over. 55 is a lot. That's a lot. Even though Buffalo can score,
it can happen, boy. With these 2 teams, it can happen. It can happen, boy. These teams can score, bro. They can score. It can happen.
I think Buffalo's defense obviously is better than the Chiefs'
way
defense,
better.
But can they keep up with the Chiefs scoring? I don't know.
Yes,
They will. They
they
will.
can.
They will.
If they
Yeah.
if they get other players involved outside of Stephon Diggs, I feel like they can keep up.
Right.
I'll say this right now: if Buffalo beats the Chiefs, they're not beating the Titans. But if Kansas City wins, they're going to the Super Bowl. I don't think Buffalo can beat the Titans, but that's just my opinion.
They said that last year.
True.
Just to see
But no,
Ryan
I'll go.
Tannehill in that jersey on Super Bowl Sunday.
I don't mean he's
course
walking
he-
away with it. I mean he could go to the Super Bowl all he wants. Can you win it? That's the end all be all. And it would be something for you and your guys. It would be nice to see Tennessee Titans and Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl. I think you might go to that game. You'll put up your life savings to make
That's
sure
true.
you in attendance of that damn game. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Where's the Super Bowl? Vegas this week
In
this
Vegas,
year.
you gotta go to in Rams, SoFi Stadium, bro.
It's how much you think a ticket costs? About $500K.
Oh, bro, come on, bro. Yeah, let's not talk about this, bro. This is way out of our league. Maybe one day when we get the pod established and we get there, maybe somebody
They go.
Hey,
Hey, if the pod established, they gonna give me a VIP joint with a little necklace on it.
You can do a show right from the damn right from the game. Do a show right there. And then.
I'm over here dapping people up on the field. Hey, what's up, Odell? How you doing?
They'll be like, yeah. So we would love to give you guys a Super Bowl ticket, but we can only take one of you. Oh, I'm sorry for you guys.
That's messed up.
I got love for y'all boys, but I'm going to the Super Bowl. I'll try to see if I can sneak y'all in there. But give me Buffalo in this spot here, man. What people not paying attention to is Buffalo played with a edge last week, and they've been playing with an edge the last few weeks. After that public embarrassment that they suffered at the hands of the New England Patriots, they're just like the 49ers. They're clicking at the right time. Josh Allen is back playing MVP level quality football. And the team seems to be very unstoppable on the offensive side of the ball. What also helps Buffalo is not only can they put up points, but they can stop people from getting in the end zone. I don't feel that same way about Kansas City. Kansas City actually ended up giving up a big lead in the game against Pittsburgh, who was pedestrian. And they figured out a way to put up 24 points in that game against Kansas City. It's not going to be Patrick Mahomes' fault. It never is Patrick Mahomes' fault for the most part. It always comes down to Kansas City's defense. Kansas City sustain, the bleeding on their defense, because their defense is non-existent. And that's why I think Buffalo is going to run away with this game. I think Buffalo is going to cover this. I'm going to money line this pick. I'm going to money line. I'm going to put my money on the Buffalo Bills. I think Buffalo is going to upset them, and they're going to go to the AFC Championship game against the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. Give me Buffalo. Interesting tape, right? Also, just a little tidbit before you go, because I know you like numbers. Buffalo Bills have given up the best defense against quarterbacks all season long. The quarterbacks have their worst quarterback rating against Buffalo every time they match up against them. So these guys know how to play defense. That's just what it is.
Interesting. But I'm going to go ahead and take Kansas City to cover the 2.5 points.
Buffalo.
Nope, I'm not. I feel like
You don't like Josh Rosen.
No disrespect. No disrespect to Josh Allen, because Josh Allen has grown on me as far as being one of the, I'll probably say, a top 3 quarterback this year. And I feel like that old Josh Allen is going to rear his ugly head where he ends up making an errant throw that's going to cost him the game. And I just feel like the Kansas City Chiefs just have too many weapons to stop for the Buffalo Bills. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and go with the Chiefs covering the 2.5.
They said the same thing about Matthew Stafford last week. Don't forget.
Yeah, but he didn't have to throw the ball so many times, so I think that kept them safe,
Yeah, that definitely kept them safe. We touched on that. We felt like as long as you guys keep Matthew Stafford under maybe 25 attempts and setting up the play action, basically run the Jared Goff offense. Basically, what it looked like to me if we be in 100.
Hey man, when you right, bro. We ain't gonna get no argument out of me. Jared Goff was terrible.
We run the Jared Goff offense. You just run the play action and just hit your receivers on the play action.
Okay. You're right about that. Jared Goff was terrible.
So those are our divisional round picks. Did anybody have any final thoughts? Because we are approaching the hour and 15 mark as it's 11 hour and 11 minute mark.
I just got a comment. So in 2020, the NBA took a hiatus and then came back for the bubble. So Giannis said that this is going to be the hardest championship because everybody's in neutral ground. There's no fans. There's no family. So it's going to be a hard championship. Then he came back last week, and said that he feels that the Miami Heat they only won because of the bubble. Listen, man. Listen, he's wrong. But listen, this has to happen in the playoffs. I want to see Miami versus Milwaukee. That has to happen because we have to break the tie. We beat them. We swept them. They came back.
It's becoming a rivalry, isn't it?
Exactly. And now I have to see it. I think that the Eastern Conference, the playoffs is going to be amazing. I can't wait until that happens.
I want you guys to go at it. Wear each other out.
Miami Heat, respond. KD went down, right? Unfortunately.
Yeah,
I hate to see that.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all I want to say.
That bet's off, by the way, because KD's out. So yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it short.
That bet ain't off because he'll come back before the playoffs. That bet ain't off.
Oh, well, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet for you, G. You want to avoid the Milwaukee Bucks as much as possible.
No. Milwaukee wants to avoid us because we have the shooting now. That's what we were missing. The shooting was what we were missing. So they want to. Any team in the East wants to avoid Miami. I'm telling you.
Y'all don't have enough to beat Milwaukee in a 7-game series.
We might not, but we're gonna make it competitive. You never know, man.
You can make it competitive, but you ain't got nobody on that team that can stop Giannis.
That's okay. We got shooters. Listen, I've stated already that I think the Bucks are going to win it all, but I'm just saying the Miami Heat is going to give them a challenge. That's all I'm saying.
I saw a trade on the Golden State Warriors fan page. I'm about to tell you what it was that I saw. It was
Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris and somebody else.
Yep, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, and Andre Drummond for Draymond Green. Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, and two future first-round picks.
I'm not making that trade. I'm sorry. I know Ben Simmons is an upgrade from Draymond Green, but you can't trust his mental. No, I can't.
Bro, you got to put him in a winning aspect with positive players, and I think Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry is what you need. And you got Andre Iguodala, one of the best defensive players in that era at that time.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins, what's his name? Andrew Wiggins is playing well this year. Been playing very well, actually. Last 2 years, I would say.
Yeah, well, I feel like you had Ben Simmons. He's an upgrade.
Bro, that's a dumbass trade, bro.
I don't like that trade.
Yeah,
it's a dumbass trade. Ain't no dumbass trade.
Is, bro.
Okay, but listen.
You think the Golden State going to give away Draymond Green in any
but Ben Simmons, if you look at it just on paper, Ben Simmons is an upgrade from Draymond because Draymond's getting
older. Dray ain't going.
You can't mess up the chemistry, bro.
Draymond is a role player. Ben Simmons is a star.
Draymond Green ain't going nowhere, bro.
He's a role player, bro. He's
not a role player.
Ben Simmons ain't got the championship DNA. You know how some players are just necessary for a team to win? Yeah. That's what Draymond Green is. He ain't going nowhere, bro. You can knock those other guys, they may pull a trade off with some other guys, but Draymond ain't going nowhere. That's not happening.
I don't think they'll trade Draymond either.
That'd be a dumbass trade. You could just go Kuminga and all that, but Draymond.
If you can find a way to get Ben Simmons without trading Draymond, go ahead.
Great.
You got to trade Draymond.
Give me. Okay, well, you need to make another trade and get PJ Tucker or somebody to cover that role.
Oh, Miami ain't giving up PJ Tucker. That's not gonna happen. We ain't giving up PJ Tucker. You crazy? Ain't gonna happen.
And that's what we need. We need a get in your face kind of guy. Okay, go ahead and get PJ Tucker. Go ahead and get
That's Draymond. That's Draymond and Connor.
Yeah, okay. So we traded Draymond. Okay, no problem. Let's go ahead and get somebody else for a late round pick or somebody. Like give me Draymond.
Hey, but
give me Jay Crowder or somebody.
The Pistons offer the trade. I think the Pelicans offer the trade, and the 76ers are denying everybody. They don't want to. They're trying to save Ben Simmons. They want to keep him. I don't know because they haven't. A lot of the trades seem good to me, and they haven't pulled the trigger. So
what are you saving? We burned the bridge already. Let him go. Let him be free.
They're trying to repair the bridge. They're trying to repair it.
Man, there's nothing to repair unless you fire Doc Rivers and unless you trade Joel Embiid. There is nothing to repair.
Oh, you know, trading Joel Embiid. That boy just scored 50. Get out of here. That's the
he just traded. He just dropped 50. But at the end of the day, you have Ben Simmons just wasting his life away over here, and Joel Embiid ain't getting any younger. And he's, you know how non-durable he is.
Right.
Get him a player in return so they can compete for a championship.
Yeah, but not Draymond Green. Get somebody else.
Oh no, you ain't getting Draymond Green. You look what you getting. You getting Wiggins, who can be a dominant player at times. You getting Jordan Poole, a shooter. You getting Jonathan Kuminga, a nice little role player, and you getting 2 future first round picks. Pull the trigger on the trade, man. That's as good as you're gonna get right now.
You can't trade Draymond. You can't trade him.
Man, Draymond can go. Draymond can go. Draymond's what that team needs anyway.
Hey, the Pistons offered Jeremy Grant and some other picks for Ben Simmons.
I don't want no damn Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy Grant's a nice player though.
What does Jeremy Grant do for that team? What does Jeremy Grant do for
that team? That team sucks. Come on, man. The
Pistons what does Jeremy Grant do for the 76ers?
He plays well. He's on a bad team.
Okay, he can play well, but can he shoot the ball?
What the hell else they got?
He can shoot. He's not a bad shooter.
Well, okay. Yeah. I'm not okay. He can shoot, but can he shoot?
Not. We'll see, man. I don't know what's gonna happen with Kawhi if he's gonna leave the Clippers. I don't know what's gonna happen with Ben Simmons. Who the hell knows what's gonna happen with Kyrie? Like this NBA season has been kind of strange. Good, but strange. It's fun though. It's been fun.
It's been the best season we had in a very long time.
I think because the Bulls are good again, so that's why you feel that way too. Because
it's just I just like to see all the young. I love to see the youth, the competition, the youth. I don't think anybody has separated themselves other than the Golden State Warriors, in my opinion. I don't think that anybody has separated themselves as a clear cut. I think Golden State and Phoenix are the best teams in basketball right now, in my opinion. But I don't feel like anybody else has separated themselves from that.
And I think Memphis has gotten much better. Memphis
too. Memphis, Golden State, and Phoenix are probably my favorite teams to look at and play right now. But that East is so damn competitive, bro. Everybody's trying. Because I believe all of them teams feel like this is their year. I feel like they feel like it's wide open. Even though the Milwaukee Bucks are really good, Brooklyn is really good. All these other teams feel like they actually can beat them. They got a shot.
Come on,
Charlotte. You got Charlotte. You got
who is beating Milwaukee? Who is beating Milwaukee?
I mean, we know they're not, but I'm just saying. I think they play hard, bro. The Hornets play hard every night. The Cleveland Cavaliers.
The Cleveland Cavaliers. That's been the best surprise in the NBA.
Yeah, they've been playing very hard. Like it's a lot of teams.
And Bradley Beal's not their best player right now.
And you want to know why the NBA season has been really good? Because for the most part, a lot of players have avoided the injury list. That's why it's been so much fun to watch.
True.
Unless you're on the Los Angeles Lakers, everybody on that team has been hurt. Other than that,
and the Clippers too. Now Paul George is going down. Yeah.
And the Chicago Bulls a little bit recently, but that's more COVID related than anything. But
wait, hold on. You said Bradley Beal ain't their best player. So who's the best player in the Wizards? What are you talking about?
Bradley Kuzma.
Well, yeah.
Kuzma been balling, man.
Yeah, Kuzma been balling. Yeah, he's been balling. Yeah.
Eat your shit, LeBron.
Do we have any final thoughts before we close this thing out?
Nah.
So we'll probably be back Monday evening, 10 p.m. Eastern time, to cover the divisional round games.
That's if I'm not drunk like I was on Sunday, bro. I was drunk. That's why I didn't. Monday, no. I was enjoying myself after the game, bro. I was drunk.
I'm sure.
Yeah, Saturday show.
We didn't have one because we had a late night game.
No, but this Saturday coming up.
I guess we can have that discussion.
Okay, all right.
I forgot which one's the Saturday night. The last game of Saturday night.
I think it's Buffalo.
Buffalo, yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a good game. That's the good game. Not sure, but we definitely going to revisit that. Just look out for the bat signal. But with that being said, Be sure to listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and all other major streaming platforms. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and on our Facebook page. This is the Not for the Bay podcast.
Oh, and one thing, last thing. Sorry, big shout out to our sponsor at Bet Now. If you guys want to go ahead and place your bets, don't forget to go to www.betnow.eu. Place your bets on there. Don't forget to use the promo code Not for Debate Bet to receive up to 40% additional funds towards your first deposit. Sorry, definitely want to give them a shout out.
1000%. We up out of here, man.
Later.